Is Fiverr dying? I see this question mostly everywhere, and every time I said that it's still possible to make money on Fiverr for newbies, I get the same kind of comments like Fiverr is dead, there is no more orders, it's too competitive, it's too hard. And to be fair, people are not saying this for no reason. There are fewer orders for some sellers, fewer messages, and much more competition than before. And if we look at Fiverr traffic, they may have actually a point. So let's figure out what's really happening, why the platform is changing, and where the problem actually comes from. Because I personally don't think that Fiverr is dead. Yeah, it's definitely not the same Fiverr which it was a few years ago, but let me show you what I mean. Let's look at the Fiverr traffic, and since I am SEO specialist, I can show you this from my perspective using Ahrefs special SEO tool, something most Fiverr users probably don't look at it. Here we can compare the last month, 3 months, 6 months, and then zoom out to the last 2 years traffic trend. This trend is pretty clear, traffic is going down. Based on these estimates, Fiverr traffic has dropped by around 40% over the last 2 years. That's a pretty significant drop, and it could partly explain why some sellers are seeing fewer impressions, messages, and orders than before. But there is one important thing you need to understand. Ahrefs don't have access, and all SEO tools don't have access to Fiverr actual analytic and Google Search Console. These are 30-part estimates. So I'm not saying that Fiverr has lost exactly 40% of its total traffic. But in terms of SEO basics, traffic is declining. The next, your question, what happening with that? Why Fiverr losing traffic? And one big reason is Google search itself. It's changed a lot. Today we have AI overviews, ChatGPT, Perplexity, and other AI tools. People don't want always click through 10 Google results anymore. Sometimes they get a fastly answer directly from AI and from Google advices based on AI tools. And Fiverr depends heavily on people who are searching for services, things like logo designer, SEO services, video editors, WordPress developers, and so on. If fewer people search this way, or fewer people click on traditional Google search results, platforms like Fiverr can feel it too. But there is another important change. Google also changed how search results can be collected. In the past, SEO tools could request up to first 100 Google results at once and can approximately estimate the traffic. Now Google has removed that option. Without getting too technical, this makes much harder for SEO tool to collect data and estimate amount of traffic. So tools like Ahrefs and other SEO platforms have had to adjust how they track ranking and estimate traffic. That's another reason why we shouldn't look at this graph and believe in it on 100%. Part of the decline may be real and it's effect, but part of it may come from changes in how Google search works. Part of it may come from changes how third-party SEO tools collect and estimate the data. That's why I'm focusing more on overall trends than on one exact traffic number. The final question, Fiverr is dead? Absolutely no. There are still millions of people using this platform and buyers are still looking for freelancers on a regular basis. Fiverr is also still investing in advertising, developing the platform, and remains one of the most recognized freelance marketplaces in the world. A platform like this doesn't just disappear over one night or over 2 years. The bigger problem is that getting attention is harder than it used to be. 5 years ago, you could create a simple gig and still have a chance to get some more visibility. Today, you are competing with experienced sellers, agencies, cheaper freelancers, thousands of similar gigs, and now AI tools as well, because AI has changed more than just competition. Some tasks that companies used to outsource to freelancers can now be potentially done with AI. At the same time, freelancers themselves are using AI to do their work much faster. Search behavior has changed too. People are finding information differently, comparing services differently, and using AI tools as a part of the process. So yes, the market is changing, but that doesn't mean the demand for freelancers freelancers is going to disappear. It means that freelancers need to just adapt. For me, Fiverr isn't dead. Easy Fiverr is dying. Instead of looking back and saying Fiverr was so much better 5 years ago, we need to understand where this market is going next. New tools, new services, new buyers' behavior, and of course, new opportunities. The people who adapt to these changes will still have a place on Fiverr and on other marketplaces.